Scripting Life is a place where I share what I learned from culture to distill the best guidance for scripting your best life. I take inspiration from books, philosophy, television, and movies, and I share what I learned through writing and making videos. You can subscribe to my mailing list on scriptinglife.com. Thank you. It's definitely not a good time to be Blake Lively right now. With her blonde hair, classic good looks, and bubbly personality, audiences warmed up to her when she first broke onto the scene in the Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants in 2005. That was 20 years ago. Younger Blake was so earnest, enthusiastic, and very stylish, and there wasn't really much to dislike. So, how does one go from stylish American sweetheart to being called tone deaf, rude, annoying, and entitled? Let's go back in time to see what Blake was like in the media back when she first started.
Sparkles. This is kind of like the Britney Spears dress that I like. Like, it's nude and it has the different sparkles on.
Well, this is Britney's Versace dress, 2002, the butterfly dress, and this dress meant so much.
Here she is, gushing over sparkly dresses. Nothing has changed, judging from her silver outfit that she wore to the Saturday Night Live 50th show. She was, and still is, a fashionista and a Britney Spears fan.
This is the one that when I walked by the door, I went, oh, I gasped because it's pink and it's sparkly and it's just, that's what I love. It's so me, it's pink and it sparkles. I mean, I don't know.
When Blake Lively filed the lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, three of her co-stars from the Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants came out in support of her. And in this interview with them, they seemed to get along pretty well. And in fact, in one of the games they played, Blake even showed a certain level of self-awareness, seemingly not afraid to look flawed.
She's just tall.
Who is of the four, who is least like their character in the movie?
I think I know the answer.
Least like their character in the movie.
What?
No looking at each other's answers. Okay, go ahead, turn. Oh, we got three Blakes.
Yeah.
Three Blakes.
Yeah,
All right.
you don't count.
And the final one.
While promoting the movie, she was interviewed with Rory Gilmore. Sorry, I meant Alexis Bledel. She didn't talk over Alexis or the interviewer. Blake Lively was wonderfully pleasant, charming, and polite.
You girls got, from what I understand, got to do a little input into the script. You were given some, the director was very open to you, but tell me about the cliff diving. Very interesting.
Yeah, these girls found a cliff and they saw some people jumping off of it into the water and got all excited and tried it and then pitched it to the writer and we decided to put that in as kind of our last scene as just a fun, adventure.
You weren't scared at all?
No, I mean, the first time it was scary. It was a big cliff. It was scary, but yeah,
It was fun.
It was really fun. It was.
Her status as a fashion-forward actress got elevated when she became the face of Gucci's fragrance in the year 2012. She spoke about the fragrance with intelligence and was charmingly engaging and respectful while answering the standard press questions about a new product.
And, she was every version of the woman that you want to be, and this fragrance is their signature fragrance now, which was so exciting. So in that, they didn't do the floral feminine woman, or they didn't do the very strong question. They did a marriage of all of those. And so you have these like citrus and floral smells, and then you have this wood smell grounding it and making it very strong and masculine. And I love that because I always...
Then, as the face of CW's hit show Gossip Girl, which made her a star, she took the time to patiently answer fans' questions and even addressed how she wanted the character to be played as authentically as she could to the written character in the book to honor fans. So this is in deep contrast to what It Ends With Us fans have said about Blake Lively not reading the book. She was also a thoughtful cast member, having gifted her Gossip Girl cast with their own personalized Barbie dolls. So these aren't the gestures of a thoughtless person. Do you think that Blake Lively has been misunderstood?
Past at first, but then I came to love them, and they're the people that I picture when I read them now.
So there is that added sense of pressure. But I thought I understood her well. I thought I got who she was at the heart of it. So it's that much more rewarding though, and paying and exciting when fans come up to you, because they do love the characters in the book so much. So if you make them happy and they feel like you did the character justice, they're that much more thrilled. So it's good and bad in a few ways. Each of the cast members, it would be cool and weird, but there's a funny story actually behind that, because when we first did the pilot, I was walking through a drugstore and I see a Barbie, and it was a Ken doll, and it looked exactly like Chase. It was crazy because Chase is just like perfect looking. So I went to buy it for him, and then I saw another Barbie that looked kind of like Leighton, and I thought, oh, I should buy Barbies for each of the cast members. So I bought a whole set of Barbies for our cast members and our creator of our show and our director, and I bought extra Barbie outfits and mixed and matched their clothes between each other to look like each of their character, and gave them each a note. And it was in the beginning of the shoot, so I made a little character Barbie for them and a note just saying how happy I was to work with them and how I'm excited for the years to come.
Moving forward to the year 2015, when Blake Lively starred in the movie The Age of Adeline, in this interview with a co-star, she came across as professional and polite, and she gave airtime to the interviewer as well as to a co-star.
Sure that Ellis was not just the perfect guy, right, but also like lively and fun, and so that we maybe understand that it's also really nice for Adeline to be around this young energy. And
But you also had a sense of timelessness to him, which comes innately by having McKeel play Ellis. But the fact that she can go and talk about Sonny Liston with him, or old jazz, or Josephine Baker, or these books. People don't even read books anymore. And the fact that there's
Staying on brand with a wholesome image, in this Vogue cooking show in 2013, she checked the boxes of a very domesticated, wholesome, supportive, and encouraging person in the kitchen.
now pull it apart.
Look at that!
Her next encounter with Vogue was to promote her new company Preserve in 2014. In the 73 questions segment, some of her responses to the questions came across as strange. For example, she said that the Segway segment was creepy, and that when the dude took her cupcakes away, she said something about his mother not loving him well. Those may seem like harmless tongue-in-cheek comments with the intention to be funny, but in my opinion, they fell flat. And my opinion was then confirmed when she said that the movie Shawshank Redemption made her laugh. Did she even watch the movie?
That window and ask you something about homemaking. Is that okay with you?
That's creepy, but okay.
Who was the last person you texted?
My sister.
Who's the last person you tweeted?
I don't have Twitter.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Vine or YouTube?
Fine.
Twitter or Instagram?
I still don't have Twitter since 2 questions ago.
Oh, I forgot. Who should everyone be following right now?
The leader, wherever he may go.
Hey, I'm purchasing a pre-war one-bedroom apartment for my girlfriend, and I want to know, are we going to do carpet or hard wooden floors?
You should do wood floors, but you should check, because it's a pre-war building, if the existing floors below are still there, because they're always more
Good
awesome.
info. Oh, great cupcake.
His mother did not love him well.
Blake, have you had anything besides cupcakes stolen from you?
My freedom after I murdered that man for stealing my cupcakes.
Favorite country to visit?
France.
Last country you visited?
Canada.
Country you wish to visit?
Japan.
What was your first pet?
A dog.
What was your first pet's name?
405 after the freeway.
Favorite
Classy.
Disney animal?
Remy from Ratatouille.
Kittens or puppies?
Puppies.
What's your spirit animal?
Mickey Mouse.
That was question 63.
Okay.
Yep, time to go.
Are you kicking me out?
Maybe.
No.
You said it.
You boys are very rude in here.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I am decorating for a summer barbecue I'm having this weekend.
What are you most excited about in life right now?
Oh, I'm so excited about my company that I'm launching.
What's your favorite movie?
Wizard of Oz.
Movie you laughed the hardest through?
Shawshank Redemption.
If you could sing a duet with someone, who would it be?
In promoting her movie The Shallows, the interviewer, who is also Alec Baldwin's wife, asked many questions about her body, her fitness routine, and her diet, and seemingly those questions were well received. No body sensitivity, snarkiness whatsoever. And I did notice that her speaking style has taken a firmer and more assertive tone compared to her young girl, charming, earnest demeanor. But I suppose that is only natural as one grows in age and wisdom and experience.
And it was very active. What was it like?
Well, it was incredibly physically demanding. You know, you think as an actor taking on an isolation film, a survivor film, you think of the emotional demand. But, you know, having to take on a movie where I had to do my own stunts for 6 of the 8 weeks. I didn't hire a stunt double until the last 2 weeks. I had to look like someone who was strong enough to be a surfer. You know, we're in the water 13 hours a day, no lunch breaks, you know, 6, 7, sometimes 7-day weeks. There was 2 weeks where we went through 2 weeks straight without breaking. And you know, being in 4-foot waves like that nonstop, they never turn off the wave machine. You're just like, at the end of the day, your body is just beat. So it's like being an athlete more than an actor.
So did you have to do training on top of that?
Yeah, well, I trained leading up to it. I had this amazing trainer in New York, Don Saladino, who kicked my butt, got me into shape. It was 8 months after I had a baby, too, so it was just such an undertaking.
Wow.
Yeah, that was tough, because your body changes so much, but also, you know, I had to, not just for vanity's sake, but I had to be strong, you know, to keep up with it.
You looked amazing. You looked absolutely amazing. And it's really hard getting in shape after a baby.
Yeah, it is, but, you know, I was fortunate because, you know, it's unfair for women to see this because it's like, well, if you just try, you can do it. No, it was my job to train, like an athlete. It was my job to train.
What was your diet like?
It was pretty civil. It was just no gluten and no soy, and then no processed food. So it was just like, you know, I had butter, I had sugar, I had all that stuff, but it was just making my own food often, and I guess it was kind of close to paleo, and it was nice. It was nice to eat clean like that.
Now, you told Fallon that you're a huge Harry Potter fan. Is this true?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I am too. But you know, it came out when we were like the perfect age for it. Did you read all the books?
Of course. I was obsessed with
I
the
would just
books.
close my door
and it was so much fun because the books were coming out as the movies were coming out. So then suddenly, like by the time you made it to book 4, you had John Williams' beautiful score in your head, and it was just like, oh, I'm so upset that there isn't a real place that exists like that.
I know, but
it hurts me.
Nice?
And it was also like the movies were so good and they only got better. So that normally doesn't happen where the movies are as good as the books.
Yeah.
So it was so sad when the books were over. And I actually refused to watch the final 2 movies until like 2 months ago.
Because I read the book first.
I read all the books. And then all the movies, I did the midnight screenings. I dressed up as Hermione. I made a sorting hat cake. I broke twigs on my tree.
In the same year, Blake Lively promoted the Woody Allen movie Cafe Society. This was the movie from which press interviews she did went viral for the wrong reasons. To be fair to Blake Lively, I took a look at other interviews she did and noticed the following. She was pretty consistent in speaking with a co-star while the journalist was there, so it came across as she was ignoring the journalist and just being rude in general. She made strange comments that were I suppose they were supposed to come across as humorous, but it fell flat. So that in itself is also quite consistent. In promoting the movie A Simple Favor, some of the press interviews that Blake Lively did definitely did not shine the right kind of spotlight on her, but I found one interview with a journalist that didn't seem too bad. Blake Lively looked professional. She was engaging with the journalist. She didn't ignore her. She was on point in promoting the movie, with the exception of pushing her husband's aviation gin right at the end. Other than that, I thought she was okay. Based on what you see, what do you think of Blake Lively's evolution? Do you think she's somebody who has just grown in age and therefore has become more assertive, more confident, and more sure of herself? Or is she simply what people say she is, rude and entitled? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.